First of all, Minister, I want to wish you luck. I didn't get the opportunity before this to wish you luck. As has been outlined already, Castlereagh is the second largest town in County Roscommon. Look, an industrial dispute has taken place over the last number of years. There has been public meetings. I personally, myself, and indeed many others, talked to all sides of this to see could it be reviewed. Unfortunately, or could it be sorted? Unfortunately, it wasn't. And you know, there's a report out now. In my view, Castlereagh, with the prison, with the factories, and the surrounding areas, because you have to remember that it's not just the town itself; it's the surrounding areas. You know, Ballymoe and Williamstown and those areas would have been served by the fire service in Castlereagh, but unfortunately this decision has been taken on this report. And you know, unfortunately as well, I think it needs to be mentioned that some politicians have been, you know, got abused. I know one councillor in the town, I saw stuff up on social media. That's not going to solve anything. We need to solve this together. In my opinion, Castlereagh needs a fire station, and we need to move on and sort it out. How are we going to get there to make sure? And I'm asking you, Minister, that if we can bring forward the evidence or bring forward to show the need that we believe, can you help in this situation in the coming months to re-establish the fire service in Castlereagh, which we believe would be needed down the road?
Cormac, go and talk to Fitzmaurice and talk to and Tara Eamon Ryan is taking this. Cormac, go to Minister.
Thank you very much indeed. I would like to thank the deputies for raising this important issue. First, I would like to clarify that the provision of a fire service in its functional area, including the establishment and the maintenance of a fire brigade, the assessment of fire cover needs and the provision of the fire station premises, is the statutory function of individual fire authorities under the Fire Services Act 1981 and 2003. In accordance with this requirement, Roscommon County Council provides a fire service comprising of 5 fire stations at Roscommon Town, Elphin, Boyle, Ballydreen and Strokestown. Significant areas of the county are served from fire stations in adjacent counties also, including Athlone, Ballinasloe, Ballyhonus, Carrick-on-Shannon and Lanesborough. My department supports fire authorities through general policy setting and preparing legislation, providing a central training programme, issuing guidance on operational and other related matters, and provided capital funding for priority infrastructural projects. It should be noted that my department was informed by Roscommon County Council in February 2017 that a situation had arisen in Castlereagh Fire Station which resulted in the fire brigade being stood down on a temporary basis. This situation arose because of staffing issues, and it was judged by Roscommon County Council that it was unsafe to mobilise this fire station to emergency incidents. As you are aware, under the Local Government Act 2001, arrangements in relation to staffing in each local authority are the responsibility of the relevant Chief Executive of that authority. In this regard, as employers, Roscommon County Council pursued grievance, discipline and mediation processes to try to resolve the issues within Castlereagh Fire Station over the last number of years. As these efforts have been unsuccessful, a decision has now been made not to reopen Castlereagh Fire Station. I understand that engagement with the remaining 6 retained firefighters stationed in Castlereagh in relation to this decision is due to commence. In coming to a decision, I am sure that the Chief Executive of Roscommon County Council will have taken into account the fire risk in Castlereagh, its environs and the wider county, as well as national policy, which promotes fire prevention and fire safety as well as the fire service response. I understand that concerns have been raised about fire service provision in relation to Castlereagh Prison. I should point out that in the first instance, the prison authorities are responsible for the management of fire safety at the prison site. However, Roscommon Fire Service regularly engages with the prison service and is satisfied that the level of on-site management supervision, modern buildings and fire safety protection systems, along with other controls, are appropriate to mitigate risks of fire on the site. I can confirm that Roscommon Fire Service and its Chief Fire Officer are in regular contact with the Irish Prison Service and the Acting Governor, and that there are regular fire service site visits and up-to-date pre-fire plans for the facility. The Fire Service are also active regarding ongoing fire safety management related to the construction of the new buildings at the Castlereagh site. Finally, while I can understand that there are concerns in relation to the non-reopening of Castlereagh Fire Station, I am reassured that fire cover in the area has been and continues to be managed and delivered in an efficient and safe manner from adjacent fire brigades by Roscommon Fire Service.
Yeah, Minister, in listening to your reply there, you have noted the problems that has arisen over the last number of years. As been outlined in the Castlereagh area, you have Harmac factory, you have the prison has been outlined, you have a mart, you have different businesses. In the line of fire cover, it's not, and I want to be very clear on this, not just Castlereagh either. You need for Castlereagh, but for surrounding areas. Even where I come from, I live in County Galway, but fire services go across borders in rural areas. And Castlereagh would have been 12 miles from us. The nearest one after that would be about 16 miles. And everything is okay until something goes wrong. That's the big problem in rural areas. And I am asking you, Minister, that if we can show that there is a need, which we believe there is, for a fire service in the area. Yes, what was there, what went on, there's no point in saying any different. It was an industrial dispute. There was a huge amount of money being spent trying to resolve it, and it didn't appear to be resolvable. People were brought in from different areas to try and resolve it. But the report states now that a fire service wasn't required in the area. In my opinion, that we do need a fire service in that area, and I would ask you, Minister, to relook at that.
Thank you. And Tara, go on, Mead.
Thank you very much indeed. I will definitely pass on very directly the concerns raised by both deputies to Minister Dáil Éireann, whose responsibility for the area. I think the points they make about everyone is, until something happens, people always say that all is well, and I think the risks they raise and the concerns they raise are absolutely valid, and I will absolutely commit to raising directly with Minister Éireann the concerns that have been expressed, and hope that might help resolve the issue.